on things as well. So I want to start off with, there's a lot of speculation, if you guys haven't heard this past week. One of my favorite wide receivers in the league, Calvin Johnson, may or may not be retirement. It's words I hear that Calvin Johnson is thinking about leaving the game behind. And there's something going on in Detroit, ladies and gentlemen. Something is up. We lost the great Barry Sanders early. Now it looks like we about to lose Calvin Johnson. What is going on in Detroit, fellas?
Detroit can do that to you, man.
Shirt,
man. If you ask me, man, Detroit can do that to you. Losing can make you not want to play, regardless of what the game is or what the sport is. Nobody likes to lose. You take Calvin, who's got, 9 years in the business, all that physical wear and tear on his body, I can get it. We're seeing people retiring a lot younger than Calvin, who win more.
Yeah.
So if them guys want to get up out the game, I can understand him wanting to leave too.
The average NFL career is like 5 years. Everybody expects all the superstars to play 10, 15 years, and it's just not that way anymore. And I think that he's becoming more aware of the fact that, with all these injuries and everything, head trauma, all that stuff, maybe he doesn't want to play into age 35 going over the middle and getting creamed anymore. I mean, I don't know if I would want to do that 9 years in. If I didn't think my team had a shot and I didn't want to go chase a ring, hey, get out of there while you still have your faculties about you.
I just think that now, as far as, Barry Sanders, I commend him for doing it because, he did it when the money was not the same. Like now with Calvin Johnson, the money's different. Yeah. Calvin came pre-rookie cap era. So he got like a big, huge deal when he came out, not like what they get now, their standard, contract, three years or whatnot. So he made like $50 million on his first deal. And then he re-upped for over 100 this time. So right now, man, the money's different. That's the only thing. I mean, you could say, injuries and all that stuff, but to me, it's just the money's different. You can retire now. He's made, over 150 million just on salary alone, not even including endorsement. So,
but what's the issue? I want to know, what do you guys think the issue is? It's not the money. So is it just losing? Do he care about himself? Like, what is it?
I mean, I heard somebody say this. He in the same situation that Julio is in with Matt Ryan.
Okay.
Like when you went to watch the game in November, Turkey Day, who did you come to see when you sat down with your plate of turkey?
The Cowboys, but I mean, in the Detroit game, I came to see Calvin Johnson.
You came to see Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
But who's the highest paid player on that team?
I guess it's Stafford.
It is Matthew Stafford. Yes. So if you're coming to work every day and you're like, man, this whole stadium, a good percentage of it, is coming to see me, and you're telling me that I gotta suffer through, being 1-7 at the start of the season because of in large part, to my quarterback who is making more than me. Like it just would give you a funny feeling. Like I just couldn't do it.
Right, but why retire? Why retire then? If
because he know he's not going to get traded.
Why are you not demanding? You don't think he's getting trade?
Traded, Robbie. No way they trade Calvin Johnson. They ain't going to get equal value. And somebody always lose in that type of trade. Type of trade.
Actually, it's an incentive to trade him now because he's kind of like outgrown his deal to where he's like he's towards the end of his backloaded deal. So now he's making, this probably going to sound kind of bad, but he's making more than he's worth to the Lions. I think that he was set to make close to like $16 million this year. And, Calvin Johnson, when he's on the field, he's a $16 million wide receiver, but, that's
let me get this right, Nate.
Very
you
simple.
Saying this whole thing is about money?
I think it's about money. He's made enough money. Like, why not retire now?
Don't he have another year on his contract with even bigger money coming though?
Yes, he does.
I think it's more so winning. I think it's more so winning, and I'm in Detroit. It's cold in Detroit. I'm not winning in Detroit. I mean, why would I deal with 0-degree weather, snow, and I'm not winning. Like I think it has a large part to do with that. I think if Calvin Johnson felt like he could get traded, I think he would try and manipulate a trade. But they're not going to trade Calvin Johnson for subpar talent. They know Calvin Johnson is one of the 5 best wide receivers in the league. They're not going to get equal value for him. And like I said, somebody always lose in that trade. And now people know Calvin want to retire. So now they damn sure ain't about to get equal value for Calvin now. So it ain't nothing left for him to either play for Detroit or retire.
I think it's a combination of what everybody's saying. I think it's wear and tear on his body. 9 years in the league. Lopez, I've said this on the show 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Football players get their ass kicked during the week in preparation for the game to get their ass kicked some more.
Yeah.
9 years of that, I think, like Nate said, financially he's okay. I mean, me personally, I think I can motivate myself to do another year to get the rest of my money, but maybe I'm just greedy. Mm-hmm. And they're playing for Detroit, losing, looking at Matthew Stafford's stupid-looking face all the time. That's enough. That's enough. I just want out. You know what I'm saying? That's enough to want out right there.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about it, and I want out. I ain't even in the game.
I agree.
Well,
I agree.
When you say it's about winning, then that would mean that the Jaguars wouldn't field the team. Some of these other teams, if it was about winning,
Nate, that's not fair because they're getting better. They're getting better. They're a young team.
And they're young.
Yeah, they're a young
got
team.
9 years of losing, though, Nate. You talking about some people who got 2-3 years. That team is fairly young.
Yeah, man.
Calvin, and it's beautiful in Jacksonville. You lose, hey, you let the top down.
You right. A couple miles away from Miami. You right on the beat.
Yeah.
I dig it. I could dig it.
I'm just saying, it's money first, winning second. Because, like I said, I don't think he wants to come. If they was in the hunt, you're looking at them now with Sue gone. They're a rebuilding team. Like I don't think he want to be part of a rebuilding effort. Especially, like I said, you have to come and look at Stafford's face and see that he makes more than you, and that everybody's coming to see you.
So do you think that this is the end for him? Do you think this isn't going to be a deal where he retires for a year, my contract's up, everything's good, and he comes back?
Well, I don't believe it until he signed the papers. I mean,
that's a good point, too.
Everybody wants to retire in the offseason.
Right.
I quit gaming once a day. I retire from 2K once a day. I go, man, I'm done with this shit, and then I'm back. So I'm just thinking until it's official. But at the same time, they did say he cleaned his locker out. He was the only Detroit Lions player to have nothing in his locker. So it looks official.
No pun intended, but it's something in that Detroit water that got these athletes leaving a little
too soon.
I'm not even being funny. Like it's something over there that got these
too soon
players leaving. Yeah, man, something up in Detroit, man. Like we lost Barry. Barry was just up and just was like, I'm done. And now Calvin. And it's something up over there, man. It's something up. And I think it got a lot to do with that organization, top to bottom. Something up.
Let's jump to the next topic, yo. We're going to try to keep the show moving. Our next topic, man, we want to talk about Johnny Manziel. The Cleveland Browns have kind of unofficially came out and said as soon as they can do it, he's up out of there. They have definitely expressed more disappointment. I say more because they express disappointment in Johnny Manziel like once a week. It's like weekly news in Cleveland. But if you guys don't know, Johnny is in the news again. Another issue with his ex-girlfriend, some chick, who knows. But the Browns seem to be fed up with it. So my question to you guys is this the end of the road for Johnny Manziel, one? And for two, are the Browns justified in wanting to move on from Johnny so early?
I'm going to let y'all go first. Go ahead, y'all.
I think it was like when the season was over, it was done then.
Before this.
Yeah, because what they were trying to do was, say, we're still trying to maybe keep him, so maybe we can, try to salvage a 6th-round pick or 7th-round pick out of it and try to give the illusion that it was going to keep him. But I think ultimately they was going to move on because I think he had an incident after the season was over, if I'm not correct. But I think it was over then. But now, since he did this incident, I just don't think they have any leverage to even turn it into a draft pick. So why not get rid of it? Why not make it public that you're getting rid of it?
Go ahead, Robbie.
Johnny Manziel doesn't know baseball very well, apparently, because in baseball, 3 strikes and you're out. He's on about his 7th strike this year. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be heartless about things or anything like that, but
be heartless, Robbie.
At a certain point, 7 strikes and you're out, Johnny. Look, you got to be willing to help yourself. And that's basically what his agent said when his agent cut him loose this week. Yep. And that's what his dad said when his dad had him committed to a facility this week, and he was able to just walk out of it. And you know what? He did. If you don't want to help yourself, you have no business being in the league right now. You have really, really killed your value, Johnny. I mean, there is no question. Even if I'm the Cowboys, even if I'm dirty, rotten Jerry Jones, I'm not going to go in there and be like, yeah, you know, go have a drink, man. Come back to practice whenever you feel like it. And you know what? You can deal with your domestic issues however you want. No, a lot of very bad men can play a lot of very good football, but he has a lot of issues, a layer upon a layer of a layer of issues, and all of those things got to be at least somewhat handled for him to get back on the field. I'm saying he's gone at least this year. He's got to handle it.
I'm one of them. I'm a Cowboy fan. Let me start off by saying that. Everybody
I know.
knows.
I see the background, but I'm still saying
everybody knows. I don't want Johnny Manziel on my team, man.
Okay.
For whatever reason, he don't get it. Like it don't register. Like it does not register with this guy. Like forget football. You are ruining your life. You are ruining your life. Like. His father came out this week and said, I don't think he's going to live. If he keep down this path, he won't live to see 24. Like, that's that man's father. For that man's father to say that, that's way bigger than any sport, you know, any quarterback. That's bigger than that's that man's life. And for whatever reason, he don't get it. Personally, I think he's been coddled his whole life, just like a lot of athletes. But a lot of athletes, they don't already come from money, and if I'm not mistaken, the Manziel family already has some bread. So he's been coddled all his life. He was coddled in college. He was coddled in high school. Kind of was coddled when he was with the Browns because he had an issue during the season with his girlfriend. He was, you know, the NFL didn't do anything. The Browns didn't do anything. The cops didn't do anything. So he kind of, you know, you start feeling like you're invincible. And I think that's how Johnny feels. And I'm telling you, he needs to get it together before it's really too late. And I mean, time, you know, a time bomb is just going to keep ticking until it's ready to explode. And Johnny, time is running out, bro. You need to get it together, man. And before all this stuff happened, I would have loved for Jerry Jones to draft Johnny Manziel when the draft was going, and Johnny was just going on down the draft board. I was like, oh, we can get him. But thank God, Stephen Jones or Stephen Jones, whatever his name is, Jerry Jones' son talked him out of that situation, man. Thank God, because it wouldn't have been a good look either for us with Johnny Manziel. And I hope the NFL just suspend him for a year, let him get his mind right, because something is up with that kid, man. Something is up with him.
The NFL can't suspend him for a year because, like you said, nobody will press charges on him. No matter how many times he hit his girlfriend, she's going to call the cops and say, come get him off of me. But at the end of the whole ordeal, she's going to say she don't want to press any charges. Yeah. It goes back to what you're saying about the passes he gets. So I hear what y'all saying, and I agree with what y'all saying, but he's not going to get right because he does feel like he's above rules because he has been his entire life. And don't get me wrong, I don't know his father, but I know how this whole thing goes, and I'm probably going to jack this word up. But what's the word that just popped out with the kid that killed the folks in the truck, 16-year-old kids?
Affluenza. Yeah.
Put this word on Johnny. The dad is saying, I'm afraid he's not going to live to see 24. He may not. And I'm sure the dad takes some of that blame. Had you whooped his ass when he was 3, 4, 5, 6, he would probably be able to be coachable. And I don't mean coachable in the sports sense, but I mean that's the term I'm using for just being in the world. At some point, you have to listen to some type of authority. Nobody likes it, but I mean, it's a necessary evil. Talent-wise, I feel like Johnny has some talent. It's not a secret. If I tried to lie here, you guys would call me out on it. I said I didn't feel like he was NFL ready. When he went to the draft, I didn't feel like he was NFL ready. He's short, which, let's face it, quarterbacks with talent all day, every day get told they can't go pro as a quarterback because they're short. He's short. He is athletic, but he's athletic at the college level. He's not faster than them DBs. Jadeveon Clowney run a faster 40 than him, so he's not faster than this NFL talent. I just didn't think he was exceptional to begin with. That he was just pushed along to me this whole way. So do I think he'll be back? I think he will be back Because I think somebody wants to sell jerseys, and they want to see all this, and they want everything that comes with Johnny, and they're going to give him a shot. I just hope it's not this year. I hope it's not next year. I hope a couple of years of sitting there thinking, whoa, I really messed up. Hopefully that'll put him back on the straight and narrow, but I think somebody will give him another shot.
So you think somebody will give him a shot this year?
No.
Yeah, I think somebody would. I hope they wouldn't, but I would not be shocked. Look, man, it's a lot of teams out there.
I was just about to say the Rams out there in LA.
I don't even know who is the Rams quarterback. Like, man.
Well,
that's a good point.
I mean, speaking to the Chargers, and it's like Goodell had discretion to suspend you for, conduct detrimental to the league. So it doesn't have to be charged.
Disrespecting the shield.
I mean, technically,
but right now it's all speculation though. Like if no charges have been pressed, granted, I know what you're gonna say. No charges was pressed in a lot of these other things. I don't think charges was pressed with Ray Rice, but we had a video, and the NFL was gonna let that slide until the video came out. So let's not pretend like the NFL really gives a damn. They don't.
Right.
They don't pre Ray Rice, but the climate has changed, and just the overall feel of how these things should go has changed. Like he can't hide. Like his team has done a good job of hiding what they can. I mean, the amount of details that people are very limited.
One more thing before we move forward. My biggest issue for Johnny is not even what he does to himself or the disrespect for the game or the disrespect for authority. It's the disrespect for females. And, don't get me, I ain't going to go all the way down that road, but as a man with a mom and a wife and some sisters and a daughter, I mean, it trips me out that the dude, every time I see something that's like girlfriend says he, put her head through a window, he struck his girl, like, golly, what's his issue with women? Like, if he's just a hothead guy, you're going to see this stuff happen with whoever. Like a hothead will pop off on somebody he know he can't beat. But he seems to, like, he ain't popping off with no defensive tackles and none of them. He popping off with females. And I just got an issue with that. I don't like that at all, man. I don't like dudes that just beat up on girls. Like, if you a hothead, be a hothead to everybody. When the cops say something you don't like, go fight him. That's what hotheads do. But if you got the Super Saiyan goggles where you look and you read his power level before you get an attitude, I don't like that. That's premeditated to me, and I don't dig that at all.
That's a good point, man. So let's move on. Let's lighten it up. Because we get kind of heated. I'm interested to know what everybody think in the comment section down below about Johnny Manziel and the previous topic with Calvin Johnson. Spade, I gotta go somewhere else, man. I gotta go somewhere else. We're gonna take it to the NBA. You good?
Okay.
Y'all good with that? Let's take it to the NBA. Let's have some fun. Now, a lot of speculation came out this week right here about KD potentially going to the Warriors. Like, KD to the Warriors. Now, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, if KD go anywhere, he better not go to Golden State. It better not be Golden State. But I had to bring this topic to the show because I want to know what you guys think about KD potentially going to the Warriors. Let me know, fellas, because I'm not good with that. That did not sit well with me. KD to the Warriors.
All right. So I just need to remind you of something that happened several years ago.
Talk to me.
Preach, Robbie. Preach.
It was a cold December night back in the day. And there was this guy that played for the Lakers named Pau Gasol. And there was this guy that played for another team before he went to the Clippers named Chris Paul.
Yeah.
The NBA got involved when they thought the competitive balance of the league was going to be upset. And upset is definitely going to be the word if KD ends up going there. Now, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things that the Warriors would have to consider for this to even be a thing. But I'm talking if it gets there, and it's possible.
It's possible.
I think the NBA would say, nope.
I hope you're right.
Because that's some my GM stuff right there.
Yeah, man.
That's that stuff where it's like, well, the salaries match up. Well, for the rest of the league, they're not going to do that, man. It's a business. It is a business, and they've proven that over and over again, whether it's the NFL or the NBA, Major League Baseball, any of that stuff. It is a business, and if a move is really bad for business, and they're not going to watch because it's like, well, that's a wrap. The Warriors are going to win. That's going to stop, and that's going to hurt the business. They're going to veto that trade or that signing, whatever it ends up being. I don't think it's going to happen.
I hope you're right.
I'm going to say this, though, just from a pure fun standpoint.
No, Robbie, no, don't say it. Don't say it.
Just from a pure fun standpoint, let them play one game together.
No.
Before they put it back where they belong. Just let them play one game.
No.
Don't even want to say it. What you got, Nick?
Yeah, that's what All-Star games are for. But anyway,
I know, right? Tell him again, yeah.
I don't want to see that. But people gonna compare it to LeBron and
that's what I thought Robbie was gonna say.
But I don't think it compares because the Heat were not already a championship team. So when LeBron came, they got together and they made it a championship team. So it still was kind of, you still had to put I'm not going to say, if KD came, he wouldn't have to put work in. But I felt like they had to put a whole lot of work into what happened in Miami. And, they had to grow together. And like I say, that first year they had to learn how to step back and step forward. But if he was to come in with Golden State and them already winning the championship, and all things point to them winning the championship again this year. So he'll be coming in on a team that's already going. Yeah, like he's hopping on the train while it's already moving. So it'll just feel a little bit different. It'll feel a little bit icky, as I would say. Real icky. But it will hurt them. It's not a given.
Would you trade Harrison Barnes and Andrew Bogut and pick another person for KD though? That's basically what they're gonna do.
If I'm the Warriors, hell yeah. If I'm the Thunder, I'm like, hell no.
Right.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
That is nowhere near equal.
Right.
Yeah. Paris, I want you to go before me on this, and I want Nate to. Nate, can we get some light over there, man? Like, in case you say something that the people hate, I need them to know who they upset with, man. Like, I just want you to hit a light. But Paris, I want you to go. I want to go last on this topic, bro.
Listen, it would not sit well with me, and I get LeBron. Like, to me, it's not the same thing as LeBron going to the either. It's not the same. The Warriors are already over there cooking people, and if I'm the Warriors, I'm like, why break up a good thing? Now I know getting KD is great. Like adding another top 5 player to the league. People already think Draymond top 10. People say Steph Curry the best player in the league. You got Clay up there probably top 15. If people don't have him in their top 10 already, adding KD, come on, man, no way. That cannot, NBA, that cannot happen, NBA. You guys got to stop, please. You guys got to stop that. People was talking about KD going to Washington to the Wiz, and I'd rather any of that happen than, or KD, please, I'm talking to you, KD. I ain't talking to nobody else. KD, please stay with the Thunder. Stay with the Thunder. You and West try and get it right over there. Don't go to the Warriors. And for people to be saying that if KD was to leave, that the Warriors are #1 on his list, that's scary. That's scary to me because that's pretty much a wrap for the league, man. That's a wrap for the league. Steph Curry already pulling jump shots from half court. You add another dude that's going to pull jump shots from half court along with Clay and Draymond, who people keep saying is top 10 in the league. Nah, that's not fair, yo. You can just throw in the center. You can throw in the center. Who cares? They want to play small ball anyway.
You just threw me the alley-oop. Let me take it.
Go.
When Kevin Durant won his MVP,
wait, Spade. You better finish at the cup when I throw the lob.
I got you. Two hands. I'm hanging on the rim and everything.
All right, let's get it.
When KD won his MVP,
yeah, man,
and the speech he gave, before he got to the sentimental part with his mom that everybody loved, there was a little part in there for Russell Westbrook. He said, Russ, sometimes I just want to kill you sometimes.
Yeah.
If Russ makes KD want to kill him, can you imagine what Steph is going to make KD want to do? I don't even know if KD would come in on this team being the second scoring option. And I'm not saying in terms of talent because I think he should be. But you got Clay Jack mad shots.
Yeah.
Steph Jack mad shots. Dre liable to pull a deep three. Harrison will probably be gone, but I just don't think that's what he would want. If he was older, if he was, early 30s, 32, 33, still in the league, no rings, yeah, he would go to OKC. to ride some coattails and get a ring. But Kevin Durant don't want to be no second, third, fourth scoring option on no team. I just don't see that working. Russell shoot a lot, but Russell at least finna get about 15 boards. He's finna lock up somebody on the defensive end. KD will be squaring off on Steph about shoot from the half court and then not really go. No, I don't think it will happen. And I know they saying that OKC, they saying that Golden State is number one on his list. I don't know who is saying this. I hate that type of news because who's saying that? Like, has he made a list? Who is saying that? I just
sources.
I won't believe it until I see it, y'all.
This is modern sports reporting, Spade. You know this.
Well, I will say this. You got Westbrook, who is, I think Westbrook deal is up also. So he don't want to let Westbrook move on, and he's still there with OKC.
Sure he does. Then he's the bona fide man. You don't think you hear stories of whose team is it? Which we have coming up later, might I add.
I got to mention something there about the deals, guys, just so you know. That there was a kind of a third option in here that people are talking about as well with them, which is that KD kind of does what LeBron does and takes the 1-year offer, and then him and Westbrook will match up then. That's when they're both free. And then sources were like, oh, maybe they could go to L.A. together and be on that trash team. But that's when they match up, just so you know. It's next year. So if KD took that 1-year offer, then they would match up.
Let me just say, this is what makes it fun for us, but to talk about. But if it happens, man, it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be fun to watch, man. I've seen a lot of tweets and a lot of things people were saying like, "Oh my God, you guys wouldn't want to see that." I wouldn't want to see that. To me, I like the competitive balance. I like for KD. I want KD, like tonight, for example, KD and Westbrook. They going against Golden State. I want to see that. I don't want to see KD. I don't want to see KD and Steph and Clay and Draymond going against everybody else. I don't want to see that. Like, I read a lot of tweets and people was like, "Yeah, we want this." I don't. No, we don't. We don't want that.
At the same time, like, he's trying to build a resume. You know what I'm saying? And people can say it, but they always, like Charles Barkley and Karl Malone, stuck it out. And people can say it, but they look at them differently without that championship.
That's true.
No matter how they got it. No matter how LeBron got his championship, he's looked at different now.
But it come up every time. And people in conversation, what they say, he had to go to Miami.
It does. Exactly. When Gary Payton and them went to the Lakers to try and go win one, you know what I mean? They was later in their career, but people would have been like, they didn't really. They didn't even win it, but they was looking like, they didn't really play a factor. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of LeBron, people kick LeBron back in. Like, well, he had to go team up with Wade and Bosh to get one. He couldn't do it for the land. So, even at this stage right now, LeBron got Cleveland in the finals every year, and it still ain't good enough. He there. They just ran up into Golden State with a great game plan last year, but he there. And to me, maybe I'm different. Karl Malone and Charles Barkley and Pat Ewing, those guys didn't win a ring. But to me, those guys are still great players. They are still some of my favorite players. They Hall of Fame players. I don't look at them any different because I know they was running up against another juggernaut named Michael Jordan. And if Michael Jordan wasn't in the league, when he left, Pat Ewing and Hakeem met in the finals and Clash of the Titans. When Shaq and Hakeem met in the finals, it was Clash of the Titans. It ain't their fault they played in that era. That ain't their fault.
I'm going to say this, and then we can go ahead and move forward. Maybe this is the difference. I think legacy, something as big as your legacy, it transcends generations. You still give those people credit because you saw them play. Yeah, but these young guys that didn't see them play, all they know is what they do. I just saw a debate the other day. They was like, Pat, you would never won an MVP. Pat, you would never won a ring. So they looking at it, Pat, like Patrick Ewing was trash because his legacy don't have a whole bunch of accolades in it. So maybe, I don't know. This is all speculation because I'm just as old as you. I'm old as you, older than you. So I saw these guys play. But you take these young kids and they don't give Chuck no credit. They don't give Pat no credit. So at the end of the day, it's not about the people who see you play. Maybe it's years later they're going to look back and say, hey, KD got rings. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, sometimes the generation gets a little more weird each time it's a new generation. So they're going to be like, I don't care who he teamed up with. That means that's just how bad he wanted it. You know, he's the greatest of all time. Who knows?
That's a good point.
Let's go ahead and move forward, man.
Let's
My next topic over here is going to be a tad bit controversial. You guys are really going to get a kick out of this, and I'm going to get a kick out of y'all getting a kick out of it.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the NBA, and triple-doubles is always something that'll get you talked about on the sport networks, and you guys keep going back and forth with me about Draymond being top 10, and I decided. I'm looking at Draymond. He's been getting trip dubs like it's the thing to do. I look at Russ. Russ been getting them like they're the thing to do. So my question is, whose triple-doubles are more impressive? Because for what it's worth, Draymond has more triple-doubles this season than anybody in the league. So I want to say he's got 8. I don't know. I don't know how many he got. He got more than everybody else. So
I think Draymond has 10. I think Russ has 8.
Okay. So is Draymond's 10 more impressive than Westbrook's 8 or vice versa? And why? LaParis, I'm putting you on the hot seat. You go first.
I got to go first?
You got to go first.
I'll go first because I'm going to tell you what. No, not to me. I mean, Spade, I feel like if I played with Clay, Steph, you know, Harrison Barnes, Iggy, and all the rest of them shooters over there in Golden State, I feel like I can go get a triple-double. Charles Barkley told me a long time ago that rebounding is about effort. And as long as you put that effort to get a rebound more than the next man, I feel like playing with those guys, all I got to do is, and let's not get it misconstrued. They know they be looking up at that scoreboard. They see where Draymond at, so they be like, let's let Draymond get these boards. And I mean, you got a teammate like a Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. Once it's flame on, it's flame on. You pass it to Steph at half court. He pulling. That's a dime. To me, that's way less impressive than what Russ got to do. Russ is doing everything. He's defending the other team's best player. Man, they got ain't like and see the people don't like. A lot of people don't. Spade, he is, bro. A lot of people don't like Russ for whatever reason. Westbrook defends the other team's best player. They got bigs on Oklahoma City too that can grab these rebounds. They got Cantor, they got Adams, they got Surge. Russ is like, if I'm not mistaken, man, Russ is like either first or second on the team in rebounding, which is insane for a damn point guard. That's insane. And I mean, he rebounds, he scores, he defends, he dishes out dimes. I think Russell Westbrook triple-doubles are way more impressive. Plus, he ain't playing with the snipers over there that Draymond is playing with. He got KD, but who else over there in OKC you looking at like, yo, that dude is a threat besides KD and Russ? Come on, man. Let's talk to him.
All right, you say he dished the dimes. You dish a dime to somebody. Who you want to go next?
I want Robbie to go next because Robbie was making these faces when I was talking. I want two brothers gaming to go.
I got mixed feelings on this actually. I follow the Thunder. I follow the Thunder a lot, and I love Westbrook. I'm on that train with you, man. I think that if I had to pick a point guard, and I know this is going to be that thing because everybody gets all kinds of hurt about Steph Curry, right? They get all kinds of hurt about any time you don't say Steph Curry's the greatest. If I had to pick a team and I had to start with one guy right now in the league, it's not Steph. It's Russell Westbrook. He's got it between the ears no matter what his situation is. Because don't tell me, man, that Steph always had it like this. He's improved a lot. But mentally, I think Russell Westbrook is the toughest dude out there. He didn't give up when KD was hurt. He didn't give up about any of that stuff. And it's not a knock on Steph. It's real talk about Westbrook. Like, I think that between the ears, he has that killer in him, that just murder. Yeah. He wants to take you out, whether you've got a team of superstars or whether you're the most trash team in the NBA. He's going to give that consistent, amazing effort, and he makes everybody around him better. Steph has the ball in his hands a lot. Westbrook has the ball in his hands a lot. So this is where I'm leading to the other side. Draymond doesn't always have the ball in his hands on his team. So a lot of people will go and look at a guy like Steph or LeBron or one of those guys and be like, wow, man, he gets a lot of assists. Well, he's also got the ball in his hand a lot. So how do you balance a guy like Draymond Green with a guy like Russell Westbrook? Effort is equal. who gets the ball more. That's when you kind of look at it like, okay, to me, it's damn near a draw because Draymond Green. You were talking about guys getting on fire, right? Okay, so Clay's going off, right? What if Draymond's sitting there with 7 points?
Yeah,
is he gonna stop?
I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not. Go ahead.
I can't wait to go. Let him go. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, is he gonna stop feeding Clay? No, he's a team player, but he gets all this good rap about being a team player, right? And then the other day they were interviewing him, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, I knew I had 9 rebounds. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at the scoreboard against the Sixers, and we almost lost that game." So at the same time, he's chasing those.
So you're gonna penalize Draymond for keeping it real because those guys.
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. He's being honest about it.
All those guys have
it's more impressive when he's playing the Sixers, looking up the scoreboard like, "Man, I'm about to go get a rebound."
They tapping each other on the shoulder like, "Hey, you 1 rebound from an assist." You know, you heard many a times, but like, I think the other day somebody said, "Well, they didn't tell you that you needed 1 more rebound or 1 more assist or something like that." So
no, never.
I mean, props to Draymond for keeping it real, but to me, you know, Draymond fits what Golden State wants a little bit better. Like, I'm not sure. Like, everybody's always questioning how this Durant and Westbrook thing is working. So to me, him getting triple doubles really not of any consequence because it's not really Westbrook.
What?
Oh, see, that's the thing. That's what I was getting at, Nate. That's a really good point, actually, because on one hand, you can say the Warriors, they've got all these people around. It's easy for Draymond to dish it off, get an assist. He's down there getting boards. Okay, fine, whatever. On the other hand, you can say, well, there's not as many people on OKC, so they've got more opportunity. The same thing that you guys just said about
not as many people
leads to the same
got
result.
The same amount of people on their roster.
Yeah, but not as good. The talent. If you just looked at it from a talent perspective, the Warriors have more talent than Oklahoma City.
The Warriors have more talent.
Go ahead. I want to make sure y'all good and finished. Go ahead.
He's gonna let us fight him out and then just step over us and be like, "Ah."
This is very disappointing. Y'all breaking my heart.
Really,
Draymond means more because I know y'all not talking about the ones they got this week because the ones they did this week didn't mean anything. None of the game was in the balance.
Like his 10 on the season.
But his 10 in the season, you got to look at the records and say Draymond means more. I mean,
he means more to his team, I think.
Yeah, it means more to his team.
Off the Warriors.
We're still not convinced that Russell Westbrook, his tenacity, his play style, and his everything that Robbie just said, we're not sure if that works.
Right.
Okay, let me get up in here because you guys are spewing the type of stuff that'll kill the brain cells of my viewers and listeners, and somebody got to take the defense of my subscribers. All right.
Draymond Green.
Anytime, I'm gonna tell you something. Anytime a man finishes a game with, I don't know, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists, to me, I feel like the band of brothers came together. Like, oh man, you like 2 points, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds away. So when a man gets 20 rebounds, like, did nobody pitch him a rebound to make it happen? He went and got that.
Yeah, man.
Man, I wish I could come up with this golden analogy, and I can't. But to me, I don't even think it's close.
Me neither.
You think Westbrook did, huh?
None of Draymond's triple doubles have been dominant in either category. I don't even care if he had 10 points, 10 assists, and 20 boards. I would be like, okay, he was dominant in one. But 15 points, 13 boards, get that out of here. If LeBron put those numbers up, y'all would trash LeBron the next morning. In fact, LeBron put up a triple-double in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, against the Mavs the year that they lost. He put up a triple-double, and the next day everybody was like, I don't care that he got a triple-double. That's a piss-poor performance.
But because that's not what the Cleveland Cavaliers need from
that was
LeBron.
The Heat at the time, but I get your point.
But that's not what the Heat or the Cavaliers that's not what they need from LeBron. But the Warriors need that from Draymond. They need his versatility. They need his versatility. They need him to get.
I got 10.
They need him to get rebounds. They need him to get assists. They need to keep the because see if you got an offense, it sometimes happen with Westbrook's team is you get a rebound, you're looking for Westbrook. Well, with Golden State Warrior with the lineup and what makes them work is that anybody can keep the fast break going. Draymond takes the ball down the court, takes it full court. So to me, it just I hear what you're saying, but it works for Golden State. I'm not saying that he's more. I'm not saying he's a better player than Westbrook.
No. I know you're not. I know
what
you're
he's
not.
saying. I'm just saying that his triple doubles work.
I think his triple doubles are easier.
I would counter your point. You said that's what Golden State need him to do. I think that's what OKC needs Russ to do. But I'm gonna tell you who got the best timing in the world. Shout out to the homie Brian who just entered to be the deciding factor, man. We got two people on one side, two people on the other side. So Brian, since you just got here, man, we was talking about the fact that Draymond Green has 10 triple doubles so far this season. Russell has 7 or 8, and we want to know whose triple doubles are more impressive. Say the word, Brian. No pressure.
Easily Draymond Green's.
Oh my gosh. Brian, you can exit. Oh my gosh. Oh, I cannot believe you guys.
I'm gonna let my man go.
Yeah,
the reason why, if you have to think about it from this standpoint, how difficult is it to get triple doubles when you're not controlling the ball consistently?
Hey, my man.
So two-thirds of what it takes to get a triple double is scoring and assist. Right? You got to have the ball to score and to assist. So Draymond Green is getting triple doubles, playing literally off the ball the majority of the time. Now, I'm not trying to diminish what Westbrook does by getting triple doubles as a guy who's a 6'3.5" guard, which is very impressive. But if you consider getting the amount of triple doubles that Draymond Green is getting without being the primary ball handler, that's most impressive.
1 second.
Can I jump in, please, Spade, can I please jump in? 2 seconds.
Siri, can you remind me to not invite Brian to the show? Okay,
y'all jump in real quick. People keep saying that Draymond don't have the ball in his hand a lot. When they pick and roll so much and they pass it to Draymond at the top of the key and they running Steph and Clay off screens on both sides and he pick and choose and they pulling up, to me that's way easier than Westbrook having to find Ibaka or Morrow or one of these guys wide open because he demands so much attention because him and KD are the man. The other dudes,
Westbrook has the ball
on the court. Who he knows assists to?
Here's something that you gotta. Here's a statistic that is, I think, valid in this particular conversation. Think about usage, the usage statistic. If you look at that stat, it's not even comparable. If you look at the Russell Westbrook's usage stat and Draymond Green, it really just, I mean, I don't want to go football, but if you were to look at time of possession,
exactly.
I mean, Russell Westbrook is running smash mouth offense to Draymond running West Coast offense. If you look at time of possession, and
I buy that.
You know,
yeah, but the West Coast offense got a lot of people high completion percentage because they wasn't doing nothing but throwing drags into the backfield. It was way more efficient than smash mouth. You see what I'm saying? Way more efficient.
I don't. No.
Drags. Come on, Brian.
Hey, we'll take the L on this until we check the comment section. Let's go ahead and move them along, bro. What else you got for us?
Let's move on. We got to talk about something else that's it's a little bit controversial to me because of the attention it gets every year. And I felt like we talked about it before, but we got a lot of people here today, and I want to bring it up so everybody can have their own, share their thoughts on the topic. I want to talk about National Signing Day, man. ESPN have this big spectacle of high school players putting on hats, and the whole family is there. And, I mean, it doesn't sit well with me. But before I go, I want you guys to go share your thoughts on college football National Signing Day. Do you guys have a problem with it? If so, why? If not, why not?
Can I go first on this?
Go ahead.
I don't necessarily have a problem with it. What I have a problem with is probably a story for another show. If you're going to take these kids committing to college and make a reality TV show out of it, stars of reality TV shows get paid. That's my only issue. You know what I'm saying? You taking these kids and you marketing. They ain't even made it to campus yet. They ain't even got they don't even know what classes they going to. They ain't even done any of that. And you are already making money off of them. But they can't make any money. That'll forever be my issue with it. And that's all I got to say. You can move it on.
Well, I would like to say, like what Spade said, I think it sounds like from what the parents are saying, he's having a problem with the money issue and not getting money. But as far as the event of signing day, I mean, I don't like it personally, but I understand it. Like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for the players. It's a big deal for the schools. It's a big deal. It should be treated as a big deal
for ESPN too. Don't leave them out.
I mean, it's a big deal for ESPN too, but because it's a big deal, so it should be, this whole spectacle around it. I mean, I don't like it because, who cares? But it's a big deal. Like, I mean, it changes. Their life's going to change. I mean, the schools are going to change. It's a big deal.
Cheeks.
It's a big deal. It should be treated as such.
Robbie, Brian, y'all go. Whichever.
For me personally, I can somewhat piggyback off what Spade said. For me, I don't have a problem with it at all. But what I do have a problem with is the fact that the college players get pimped, basically, and college athletes get pimped. And it's almost like, if you got somebody out here that you're taking advantage of, you're taking advantage of them to the point where you don't want them to get anything for themselves. So it's kind of like, okay, so we already got this ridiculous television deal. We already sell all types of merchandise with your number, but not your name on the back. We already got deals with football games that can't even be made no more. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the collegiate players aren't getting paid. So then when they do something that markets themselves, because this is a business at the end of the day, then we want to call, oh my God, no, it's amateur athletes. Oh no, this is too much for these kids. It's too much for these kids when they market themselves, but it's not too much for the kids when they're being marketed.
It's a great point.
So that to me is the issue there. This is a business, and these guys have to. The sooner they start looking at it like a business, the sooner they stop getting used. So I don't have a problem. I mean, I wouldn't have been jumping out of no plane on National Signing Day. I'd have been too worried that I was going to tear my ACL on the landing.
You ain't never.
But you know what I'm saying? That's what he did, and everybody's going to remember that kid because he did that. So now if he hits the college gridiron running and accomplishes something, now, oh yeah, that's the kid. He has already started his branding.
Sadly, and I know I already went. Sadly, if he hits the ground and for all purposes he's a bust, there's going to be those people to say, you should have been practicing while he was jumping out of a damn plane, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he put a lot on the line with that. That don't
cost him no money, though. That don't cost him no money.
Hey, but I mean, that's his brand. Hurting your brand is hurting your money.
But what I'm saying is, if he's already a bust, he was popped anyway.
But we didn't even know. Like, people bust every day that we don't know, but we're going to remember the guy that jumped out the plane.
But what I'm saying, the embarrassment don't cost you no money because you was already a bust. So you didn't get no money because you was a bust.
Yeah, when social media start making memes out your ass, it's going to cost you. Go ahead, Robbie. What you got, bro?
Okay, so let's take it back to the very, very start, one of the first topics we already talked about, Johnny Manziel. What did you say in that earlier, Spade? You said he got exposed, he's been treated this way his whole life, and all that stuff. You're consistent with your message, man, because you're against, some of the spectacle and some of the stuff that's going on with this. I'm with you on that. I don't like how deep this is getting, and I think that if they want to start up that argument about paying kids, why don't you not cut them an immediate check, but cut them a check that is cashable in, let's say, 10 or 15 years when they get to the league and they decide that they're Calvin Johnson and they're done, whatever the case may be. Let them get paid later on. Set them up for later in their lives based on what they did right now. Because like you just said, that next ACL tear is right around the corner. Why don't you have something that's doable later on instead of giving them that immediate rocket ship to success or fame or money and all that stuff? When you're talking about just the payment aspect, Why don't you stretch that out a little bit and make it to where they don't go way up on the roller coaster and then crash through the floorboards? That's my issue. Is you're giving them all this attention right now, exposing them to everything, and they've worked hard and they earned it. But at the same time, I'm not sure that they need everything right away. I think it's good to expose kids and get them to the higher levels that they deserve to be because they worked hard. But when you get to the money aspect, I think there needs to be some balance there.
I got two things for that. First thing is the school doesn't have to wait to cash the money that they made.
Exactly, man.
I agree, but I'm talking about
they making millions, hundreds of millions.
So that's just one thing. The second thing of it is I don't think that the payment that should go to collegiate athletes should make them rich.
Right. I agree on that.
I think that the payment should be the same across the board. It should not be based off of your performance. Because in my opinion, you have a job on campus. No different than the kid that works in the cafeteria. You do a service to the university. Now your job might bring in more money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you still do a service. I'm not saying you pay him the same as you pay the kid in the cafeteria. What I'm saying is it's a job at the school.
I think you're talking about setting a level, right? A precedent for if college athlete then paid this much.
Yes, I don't think that you should be paid more if your program is bigger. Because now that becomes unfair because Alabama's got the biggest program. Who wants to get paid the most every 2 weeks with their stipend? No, all of these kids dedicate a certain amount of time per week to this particular program. And because you all dedicate this amount of time per week to the program, you should be paid for your time, not for your performance.
I think we don't went like left. Like we talking about. I thought we were talking about like the guy sitting at the table, cameras and everything, and he's signing his name on the thing.
Well, I think that's where I think it just may have evolved into talking about college athletes being paid, but
right. Let me do this, and I'll move it along, but just to kind of bring it, like every once in a while, like LaPierre said, we get a little too serious, and I want to lighten it up. So let's just switch it up. Let's do this. Give me your winners of National Signing Day. LaPierre, you on the hot seat. You go first.
Come on, man. It's easy, man.
You're going to say Florida State because y'all.
Come on, man. It's easy.
Brian, who's your winner, yo?
No who's.
I think it's Alabama again because coming into National Signing Day, I think they had 3 or 4 5-star athletes committed, but after National Signing Day was over, I mean, they secured Ben Davis, I believe his name is, Lindale Wilson. I think it was 3 or 4 5-star athletes that committed on that day. A host another 4-star athletes. There's no recruiting tool in January like we just won a national championship 2 weeks ago. There's no recruiting tool like that. And then you got the quarterback who's going to be the starting quarterback in this upcoming season, tweeting out stuff like, I got 16 reasons for you to come to Alabama. And if you come to Alabama, there's a good chance it's going to be 17 reasons.
Hey,
he's
that's
going
true.
to the 16 national championships. So, I mean, to me, they made good on it again by, basically committing all the maybes.
Nate, who your winner, yo?
My winner, I'm going to go a little bit because, I mean, Alabama's going to be Alabama as long as they got Nick Saban. So, they Nick Saban's a winner, so it matters a little bit of who they break in, but ultimately they're going to be who they are. But I'm looking at Ole Miss in the top 10. I mean, you look at them, and they lost the I'm going to butcher his name, but the Ngichi brothers.
Yeah.
And to me, looking at that team, they losing Laquan Treadwell, it was kind of like maybe there was going to be like a flash in the pants, but, being in the top 10 is a big deal for Ole Miss, a team in Mississippi. And they can actually build on their success. So they actually look like they're building something there. Then you got Clemson. I mean, Clemson's in the top 10 also. So you're bringing back that quarterback, and they could probably, if they get a star, they get a couple guys to step up, they're building something again. But, your FSU and your Ohio States and your Alabama, they're always going to be there.
I agree.
Nothing's going to change with them. But, you got some teams that are starting to build something.
Robbie, who you like? Who's your winner?
Give it to Bama. I understand your point, though. That's a good point, Nate. You know, it is easier when you're already on the top. It's harder when you're number 10, number 11, number 12 to get those 4 or 5 star guys. I think Alabama won it, but I've got some respect for those dudes that are pulling the people that maybe they shouldn't have.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my winner to Michigan. I mean, me and LaPierre kind of laughed and talked about Harbaugh. Said Harbaugh, get it, man. He was bringing in dudes.
Yeah, man.
He brought in Ric Flair. Like, you bring Ric Flair in, you win. I don't even. Like Ric Flair came in and won it. But Michigan had the 40th recruiting class last year and came back 6th this year, like top 10 this year. So to see that type of jump in 1 year, like, to me, they're my winner.
They're building something.
They're building something. I mean, they're building it pretty damn fast.
Not only Ric Flair, he brought in the Migos. I don't like the Migos, but the young kids love the Migos.
Yeah, I mean, they go dab song. You win.
I mean, dude, he slept on somebody's
on somebody's floor. Yeah, man, he gets it.
Climbed a tree with one of the recruits' little brothers.
Yeah,
it was crazy. And then he signed the number 1 recruit is
the number 1 kid in it. Yeah,
a 300-pound dude that looked like he 5 in the face.
He gets it.
I mean, that boy. I looked at him. I said, boy, you got to be writing and coloring books as big, but it's huge.
The biggest winner is the SEC with 8 teams in the top 16. By the way.
Boo, boo. Let's move us along before they make this.
I'm about to say
the biggest winner is the SEC.
This is a segment. This right here is a segment that we created. This is going to lighten the whole mood because it got a little serious, got a little heated, but this is going to lighten the show up right here. It's a segment that the fans and the subscribers love. We call this segment Whose Team Is It? I wrote down some teams. I'm going to say the team, and we're going to do a round robin of whose team do you guys think this team belongs to.
I already can tell it's going to be a local feel for me in this.
This is going to be good. It's going to be good. So whose team is it? Philadelphia 76ers. Whose team is it? Yeah.
Fine. You know what? I'll go first. I got you. Jerry Colangelo.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Nah. Spade. Tell them whose team it is.
Hey, it's your team, man. That's his team, baby.
I'm 100% agreeing. When Philly was trash, Philly still is trash. But at least once they made the trade for Ish, they started playing harder. They started competing. They was tougher.
I'm going to go a different route. I think it's the ping pong balls team. None of this even matters. It's all about the ping pong balls at this point. The team is the ping pong ball.
I was going to say something similar to that, though. Like, I was going to actually say, after Jerry Colangelo, I was going to say it's Ben Simmons' team.
Yeah. See, there you go. Ping pong.
Like
the way them balls is balling.
Is Spade the only guy that's going to pick a current Sixers player?
Hey, that's his team.
I mean, I was gonna go Ish as well, but I mean, you guys could have said no. Well, in the comment section down below, Philadelphia 76ers, let us know whose team is it. I mean, you guys could have said Joel Embiid. I know he ain't played, but he on the team. He getting a check.
Yeah.
Get them checks, man.
All right, let's go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere else because Philly. Yeah, you guys wasn't feeling Philly. Let's go somewhere else. Whose team is it? Atlanta Hawks.
I'm gonna go Dennis Schroeder, and that's crazy. But Dennis Schroeder's his ceiling is what got the Hawks looking to ship Teague. So give me Schroeder.
She said Schroeder. Who next? I'm not going next. Who's next?
I got Budenholzer. I think it's his team because they are the poor man's Spurs.
They're selfless.
And it's about that system. It's not about one of those players yet.
Okay.
I buy that.
It's a culture thing. I think it's a culture thing. He's trying to create the culture that he enjoyed in San Antonio, in Atlanta, and he's really.
But Coach Bud too.
What's that?
You saying the coach too?
I'm gonna say somebody different. I'm just agreeing. I'm piggybacking off of what he said. I agree with that. However, you can't overlook Paul Millsap either. If he isn't there doing his thing, I don't think they have as much success. Millsap is a very underrated player in this league, and he does a lot of things for them. I think that he's very, very valuable. You already said Schroeder. I'm going to say Millsap as well. If you don't have those two guys on the team, it's a lot different look.
I went with the ping pong balls the first time. This time I'm going with a question mark of whoever they get to to propel this team out of mediocrity. I mean, right now they're kind of like spinning their wheels. They're stuck in place, and whoever they get between, if they make a deal with Teague or whoever they make a deal with, they need somebody to get them out of the mud, man.
From being first-round playoff exits.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
The best record in the East last year, right?
It didn't matter.
They realized like they did before in the prior, regime, that they have hit their ceiling with this current group.
Exactly.
They maxed out last year. So that's why we're all hemming and hawing and like, whose team is it? Well, that's kind of to be determined because besides, like Spade said with Schroeder, I don't know if any of these guys are going to be there for another couple of weeks when this trade deadline hits. They're going to make some moves to me.
So it's the question mark of whoever they get during this trade deadline. That's who team it is. That's who.
All right. So you say there's nobody safe, but they ain't getting nobody. They ain't getting nobody. But I was going to say is Danny Ferry team because he actually put this team together. And whether you guys think, relax. I was going to say Danny Ferry. I know he ain't there anymore. I know that, but. He the one put this team together, and whether you guys like them in the first round, second round, or whatever, they in the playoffs. They there. They competing that year. But since Ferry's not there, I'm going to have to agree with Two Brothers Game and Robbie, and I'm going to say it's Millsap team, man. I feel like Millsap, to me, is that guy that they depend on every night. I mean, Horford is on and off. Teague is on and off.
Millsap on and off. The team is on and off.
Nah, Millsap's solid, Spade.
Millsap is borderline all-star.
He's consistent every night, bro. When he plays, he's consistent. But Kyle Korver is not the same player from last year. Bazemore on and off. I think Millsap is the only consistent player that they have that play the same way every night. So
yes, boring. He plays boring.
I mean,
that's fine. That's fine. They create the Spurs culture, right?
They boring, but they get rings. So I think Millsap is
there's definitely some statistical validity to that what y'all saying about Millsap because he far and away is the team leader in PER.
Thank you.
It's not even close.
Yeah, man.
It ain't even close.
So I would say it's Millsap's team. Danny Ferry put the team together, and I know it's speculation about him getting another job, but that's another topic for another show. I got two more teams.
I watch his emails.
You're right. I got two more teams. I want to run through them real quick. Whose team is it? Y'all gonna hate me for this one, y'all. Whose team is it? Phoenix Suns.
Well, I mean, the biggest staple of that team is the gorilla. Give me him. I'll take the gorilla.
Spade, I don't think they got the gorilla no more, B.
Give me the gorilla, man.
I'm gonna go with the ping pong balls again. Let's
tank for business.
Yeah, tank. Let's let Bledsoe sit out a little bit longer. Tank a little bit more, get those percentages up for that ping pong ball, man, and just tank for next season, man. What are we doing here? If you're not first, you're last.
I'm gonna say two words to you, and you guys might not agree with me today, but I think in a couple of years you might. Devin Booker. Okay. I think that he's really, really. I think it's extra impressive when you're a rookie on a team that's this bad.
Okay.
And you have been the consistency of a team as a rookie. You see D'Angelo Russell and Moutier and all these guys in various conditions of up, down, up, down. My coach loves me, coach hates me. This man is a rookie. Got snubbed out of the All-Star game festivities, by the way. Not as an All-Star, but as rookie sophomore game. Come on, man. That guy has really been consistent for them. Every time he's getting an opportunity, he's showing that he has a future with them. And that's more than the rest of the team has done. They're showcasing Markieff Morris, so I don't want to hear about it being his team because it's going to be his team for a week until they trade him. Yeah, he's just getting showcased for a trade. Other than that, who else do you look to for some stability every night?
You look past him to the ping pong balls, too.
There you go. It's all about those ping pong balls.
Brian, go ahead, Brian.
I think Devin Booker has played well, but I think he's kind of like the tallest midget. Because basically none of them are measuring up. So somebody's got to shine. And I do think he's a part of their future, and I do think that he's going to be a valuable piece. But I really don't think it's anybody's team. They are in a place where they don't have an identity. The coach is done. They don't have a legit star because Devin Booker's not a legit star. I mean, Devin Booker he can't even really get his own shot. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, preach. Have you seen their halftime show though? Because they got a star. He's a gorilla.
The gorilla is
the
the gorilla and the hornet are the all-time greatest mascots ever.
Well, you gotta put Harry the Hawk up there too, man. Don't do Harry.
Bango, man. Come on.
I don't see him as much.
All right, LePage, shoot us that last team, bro.
Hold up, man. I ain't give you my.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, relax. Well, he's hurt right now, but I want to say his Bledsoe team. I like Bledsoe. I think when Bledsoe was playing for the Suns, you know, he's injured right now, and he might be out for the season. I think he's out for the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, let's go ahead and make that this one right.
No, but I'm saying
it's a Bledsoe right now, but let's write that in pen.
When he's on the court, man, he's the best player on the Suns. So give me his Bledsoe's team. Last but not least, this is going to be a lot more fun because they have a lot of young talent on this team. Whose team is it? Minnesota T-Wolves.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
So, Brian.
That's Karl Anthony Towns. Easy.
I know somebody going to say Wiggins.
Yeah.
I was going to say Wiggins. I think it's Wiggins.
Let's get it.
Wiggins had a person. He got the talent. He just don't have the personality.
I think he can get it. And I hate to jump sports, but I'll never forget seeing an interview with a very young, at the time, pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, and he was shy and he tripped over his words, and I thought, man, this guy got no star potential whatsoever. And somewhere in there, he turned to Floyd Money Mayweather, and we can't get him to sit down. We can't get him to shut up. So I think he can get it.
So we got Towns and Wiggins. Do we got a Levine? Oh, okay. Robbie, Nate, who y'all got?
It's always about the young guys with everybody here. You're the only guy that picked Bledsoe. You know, a guy that's got any experience. You're always looking to the young guy. You're looking to the future, right? In the NBA. Yeah, it's those two. I think Wiggins has more developing to do than Towns.
Okay.
I think Towns is a little more polished. So if you're talking about ceiling, then I think Wiggins' ceiling, you know, he hasn't gone as far towards his ceiling as Towns has. That's nothing against Towns because that's the Rookie of the Year to me. But I think that Wiggins can go and have that transformation like Spade was talking about where, you know, he's going to get his confidence. He's going to keep building. They're going to get 5 more wins this year, 5 more wins that year, and the future is bright for him as an individual. He's already endured a lot, too, with that rookie year trade. I mean, seriously, how many people have gone through that and had to talk about that in their rookie year and all of the distractions, the death of their coach? I mean, he's dealt with a lot over his short timeline in the NBA. It's made him stronger. Kobe passed the torch the other night after dude hit a fadeaway over him. How many people does Kobe really give respect like that to?
Nobody.
That should give you a barometer of this guy's ready. He's just it's gonna be a year or two, but he's gonna be that shooting guard.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Wiggins too. I think the light bulb is about to turn on, either you know later this year or next year. The light bulb is gonna turn on. You know, it's kind of like, you know, Towns is a rookie, so, you know, everybody see the potential in him, and Wiggins was just a rookie last year, and now that he's not a rookie, he's a second-year player, and everybody's already like, okay, let's, you know, just moved on from him. So I think people, you know, you got to stick with him. I think light bulb's going to turn on. Wiggins is going to be the man.
Well, see, I'm gonna have to agree with Brian. I'm gonna say Karl Anthony Towns. Towns is a beast, and he's gonna be, a big. It's not really that. I mean, just look at the bigs in the league, man. It's really when you got a big like a Towns that can grab boards, he can hit the mid range. They got him pulling threes out there in Minnesota. I think Towns' arrow is pointing up. I would say it's Towns' team right now. So give me Karl Anthony Towns. Plus, it's from Jersey. From New Jersey. I know I'm going with Karl Anthony Towns. So I think it's Towns' thing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to sound like I didn't think that Wiggins was a star, because I do. But if you ask me whose team is it, to me it's beyond talent. It's about whose team, you know, whose identity does the team.
You're right.
You know, that's kind of what I was thinking. So I just think that Wiggins is one of those guys who is more Scottie Pippen than Mike. And I mean that only in personality, not so much about talent. I just think he's just more of a dude that's gonna always be more comfortable playing a supportive role. You know, he'll go off, He'll go off for 35, 40 because he can do that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't see him as a absolute leader.
I buy all that.
All right.
I mean, that sounds spot on to me.
I don't know. Do we lose Spade?
Look like I know we lost Robbie.
We just lost Robbie. Robbie
okay.
peaced out.
Go ahead, Spade. Let's move on, Spade.
Yeah, let's go ahead and run through. We got a few more topics. We're going to finish it up. You guys are watching this Saturday. Some of you will see it Archive Sunday, but Super Bowl Sunday is the big event, man. Everybody is excited about it. So I'm going to put y'all on the spot, man. I want your Super Bowl picks. Robbie had to dip out, so I'm going to put Brian on the hot seat. Brian, who you like?
Carolina 30-23.
Ooh.
30-23.
Luke Kuechly wins the MVP.
Ooh.
And he gave us the MVP.
I like that.
Okay, Nate, you want to go next, Nate?
Oh, yeah. I go on Panthers big. I don't like to give scores, but I go to Panthers big just because I just don't think the Denver Broncos got anything offense. It's going to be kind of like what the Seahawks done to them, where it's just a defensive turnover, snowball going to get rolling, and it's never going to stop.
Spade, you want me to go?
Yeah.
I'm going Cats, man. It's scary because everybody, I mean, not only us, everybody, even on media, like, everybody's picking Carolina to win this game, and that scares me. But I'm going Carolina. I don't know necessarily big. I want to say 31-21, 31-21, and that's not necessarily big because, you know, I think Carolina could get a field goal late or a touchdown late to kind of put the icing on the cake. But I'm going Carolina with the dub, and I'm gonna get an MVP to Cam.
I'm going a tight one. I'm going 24-21 Carolina. I think it's going to be whoever turns the ball over less Super Bowl. And I'm giving the MVP to G-Reg. I think he's going to come through in the clutch. I give him at least one.
Lord. He's going to find a way to get the U in here somehow.
Man, I can't help. We just all in the league.
I actually thought about that, but then I thought about it like this. It's so difficult for a wide receiver to win the MVP because every touchdown he's going to score will have
a QB throws it to him.
So that's the reason why I could see him being like the most important player because he's the toughest cover. But if the quarterback threw it to him and just feel like they're going to give it to him.
But if the quarterback go out there and have 2 touchdown passes and 2 INTs, I don't know that they're going to turn around and give him the MVP. You know what I'm saying?
Faye, let me jump in here real quick. I gotta talk to Ted Ginn. Ted Ginn, Cam Newton needs you tomorrow, bro. He needs you tomorrow. So please, matter of fact, bring somebody else pair of hands. Don't bring your hands. Bring somebody else's hands, because he needs you tomorrow. So please, Ted Ginn, show up. Please.
Well, let me holler at Ted before we go. Ted, look. You did great. You've been doing great, Ted. All I'm going to say is go talk to an NFL great named Jerry Rice. He got some stuff you can spray in your gloves because Jerry Rice will tell the whole world he used Stickum. Go get you some of that stuff from Jerry. You're going to be all right.
He need to bring somebody else's hands, babe. Don't bring that pair that had him dropping touchdowns left and right this season. You need to bring somebody else's hands. But we're going to end the show. We're going to end the show with what we like to call the Heisman of podcast.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is the strong arm performer of the week. I hope everybody's prepared. If you're not prepared, I know, Brian, you came a little late. I don't know if you're prepared, so I'm going to give you a little time. I'll go first, babe.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? This prestigious award we give out every week. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to give it to somebody that people think I hate. People think I hate this guy. I don't hate him. I'm not a fan of his, but he kind of went back. You know, he drunk some of that genie juice, and he went back and played well for a dub. So I'm giving my strong arm performer this week to Kobe Bryant. Yeah, Kobe Bryant got mentioned on the show. I'm giving it to Kobe Bryant. He had 38 points. He went 10 of 21 from the field. He was 7 of 11 for 3. He had 5 boards, 5 dimes, 2 steals in a win over the T-Wolves. And Kobe Bryant helped in a rare sighting this year. He helped his team win a game. He didn't help him lose it. He helped them win a game, and for that reason, Kobe Bryant, you are my strong arm performer of the week. Kobe Bryant.
Nate, you want to go, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go because he stole my thunder, and I was gonna go with Kobe too. 2-1 on the week,
Yeah, man.
38 points, one game, 27 on another, and 23 on another.
Yeah.
I will put a disclaimer because 2 of those games was New Orleans, so take that how you will. But he still played fantastic. People didn't think he still could put it together for a week. They thought he could put it together for a game, but he put a whole week together. Point. And Kobe.
Okay.
All right, Brian, who you got, man?
Well, the real one or the one that I feel kind of compelled to say. The real one is Steph Curry. I mean, that's the real one. I mean, man, come on, 7 threes in the. I mean, he's the greatest shooter I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, likewise.
He's the greatest. I've never seen anybody like that before. But the one that I want to say is Derrick Rose.
Oh Lord,
Derrick Rose. You know why everybody is so serious, so just intent on burying Rose. Look at what he's done. Look at what he's done for the last 2 months. Like last night. Now they blew an 18-point lead, but last night on the road he had 30 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Okay, since Christmas he's averaging over 20 a game, shooting 46% from the field, and bringing out as many oohs from opposing audiences as well as home crowds as he did back before. The only thing missing is he's not flushing on people. It ain't over yet, y'all.
And that's why it's time to trade him. Let's get him out of here now.
No.
Let's get him out of here.
And you know what? And I don't even care if that makes the most basketball sense. I will rep the Shy from now on. And if I want him to leave the Bulls because he's ready. And I know that may not make basketball sense. I reserve the right to feel that way about Rose and nobody else, no other player. There's never been nobody.
I knew I smelled some home cooking from somewhere.
There has never been nobody that belongs to a city and should be as. I mean, now I'm in the minority in Chicago because most people out this way have turned on him. I mean, they gotta
go, Brian. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. They gotta ship him out while he cooking.
No,
they gotta ship him while he cooking.
See,
he's bound to get hurt. He's bound to get hurt tonight.
Here's the difference. You're a Chicago Bulls fan. I'm a Chicagoan.
I get it. I get it. And that's why he gotta go.
That's the difference. See, because you're a fan.
I think it's straight because you're from Chicago, so it's the Chicago player with the Chicago homer, the love. I get it. But the basketball move is to ship him while he cooking. Get him out.
Well, first of all, you're not gonna get any. You can. He makes $18 million a year. I think between 16 and 18 million. Yeah. You're never going to get the value for him. Just speaking from a pure basketball standpoint.
Yeah.
The only type of player you're gonna get back for Rose right now is Joe Johnson. And that's an albatross.
Please no Joe. Please
not Joe. Contract. You know what I'm saying? So it's you never. I mean, I heard somebody talking about Jordan Clarkson. Okay, Jordan Clarkson and all his brothers, because you're gonna have to put all of them together to make the salaries match. Mm-hmm. So I mean, even from a basketball standpoint, it don't make no sense to move.
I respect that. I like Rose. He's definitely been playing better as of late. He's still not shooting great from beyond, but he'll get there.
He never did.
Give my strong arm performer to a guy who kind of dueled it out with a guy that they're trying to say is one of the top point guards in the league, in Damian Lillard. I'm going north of the border with mine, and I'm giving mine to Kyle Lowry, who gave Damian Lillard that work.
He did.
To the tune of 30 points, 8 dimes, 6 boards, in a win in a game where he just refused to let Toronto lose, man. Kyle Lowry dropped some weight. You know, y'all been calling him chubby and fat and all that stuff, and the man came back this year in shape, and he is playing phenomenal. He played great last week, and for that performance, Kyle, you are my strong arm performer of the week.
Spade, we was watching that game, and I'm like, what's up with Dame? Like, we FanDuel did, you know what I mean? By the way, use Spade code at the bottom. You know what I mean? But, I mean, we was FanDueling, and I'm like, yo, Kyle Lowry is giving Dame that work. Spade was like, he still ended up with 30 points. I'm like, yeah, but he shot 4 of 30. Like, shot terrible.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, I couldn't believe Kyle Lowry outplayed Dame Lillard, but he did, and Kyle definitely deserved a strong arm performer of the week. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody that was here to join us. Robbie from Two Brothers Gaming, he had to dip out. We want to thank him for joining. Brian from Bleacher Report, we want to thank you. Nate DOWG, Spade, as usual. I want to thank everybody for tuning in that watched this on YouTube live. If you didn't see it live, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's archived. It's going to be on the FHE channel. You guys can check that out. As usual, if you don't want to see our mug shots, you can tune in. We got podcasts everywhere. iTunes, {Podomatic}, SoundCloud, man. You guys know where to find us. Everything will be up. This long sports show, this long extended SAS will be up. The whole SAS will be up on the audio podcast. So you guys will be able to download that, listen to that on a Monday, Sunday night, wherever. You know what I mean? Check us out. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. And we'll see you guys next episode. Thank everybody for joining us, man. Thank everybody for your thoughts. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This is the first time we did this. First of many. We may do this again, man. Who knows? Might bring the same people back. Might have some new guests. We want to thank you guys. Can't thank you guys enough, man. We'll see you guys next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.